Hello folks, how you doing? This is Miguel from the Embargo Man. Sorry about my closet. And today we're gonna see and have seen so many videos about quartz versus mechanical watches, automatic mechanical watches. So this is it. I'm gonna show you two watches and I'm gonna tell you the history. All right. First of all, in one way. In one way or another, like so many videos that I have seen, there's an example they say about, yes, there's the pros and cons. The pros of automatic and mechanical and automatic watches, and the cons even for quartz watches. The pros and cons of those watches. So what we're gonna have here is just two watches. Look, I'm gonna show you the difference between quartz and mechanical. You know, they say that the quartz is more accurate, right? It is more accurate, right? Because it runs on a battery and has a quartz and whatever it is. The reason is that is more accurate. But then and that's the reason why they have some quartz movement, even though it is starting out in, they say they invented in Switzerland and stuff, but then like I want to show you the difference between those two watches. And first of all, it was a time that the Swiss were known for their watches, right? Rolex and all these companies, they are making mechanical watches like Omega and stuff, right? So what I'm going to do between the difference between quartz around the quartz crisis, right? This is the reason where the quartz crisis came in, right? The quartz crisis came in around the 1970s and stuff. Yeah, it was first it was the quartz clock, right? The quartz clock was a battery operated clock, right? But then when it comes to watches, then you have your, like, all these Japanese competitors and Timex and all the Japanese competitors and stuff to sell these affordable, cheap quartz watches, and the mechanical watch movement, you know, has been in crisis, right? They are selling these cheap watches for a very low price, and I'll show you why. The reason why I'm gonna show you these two watches, and let me tell you why the reason was with the quartz crisis. Well, I got two watches right here. This is a mechanical. This is automatic. There's two versions of a mechanical watch. This is an Invicta, and this is a mechanical watch. This is an automatic. This runs in an automatic movement, and the difference is both are in the same time. Everything is set up in there. The thing is that with the mechanical movement, all you do is, some of them you gotta like twist around, and it has around it has some limited of time, like 40 hours or whatever, that this could runs you in there. But it is, for example, it runs smoothly. It could tell the time. Even for an automatic like this one, you just put it in your wrist or you just shake it and it still runs, right? So that's a mechanical, the automatic mechanical watch, right? Quartz, on the other hand, right? This is a quartz watch. It tells the same time. It just hears some tick, go tick, tick, tick. That's in a quartz watch, right? The main example is that the quartz is very accurate in a few seconds, right? This is put it on this watch, so it has this. It tells the same time. The mechanical automatic, it runs smoothly. It's just behind there, just mechanical move parts and stuff. And this quartz is just going there and just tells us. It keeps running just a few milliseconds slower than this black one, right? This is just a few milliseconds slower, but it tells the time, the same time it is like the mechanical, right? The thing is that this is an Invicta, right? The thing is that there have plenty of manufacturers, watch manufacturers. You know, Rolex is the most expensive and Philippe Patek. So this is an Invicta. This is a mechanical watch Invicta. It tells the time that in one that that they have Tissot and all these watches. I mean, most likely the most popular ones are the Swiss-made ones or the Swiss brands, right? And Invicta might be a Swiss brand, but this one is that give it to me. It just has Japan movement. They have. But in the other hand, between the mechanical, the Quartz crisis, this is what it is. These watches are affordable. You could change the battery. They're more accurate. And one time that, I mean, this one has an indie glue light, right? But one time the Quartz crisis that I mean, there were so many. They were really expensive. Most likely the Swiss manufacturers were getting a run from its money out of these, out of the Quartz watches. Quartz watches were made by Seiko, were made by other Japanese manufacturers, and even Timex were giving those Swiss manufacturers a run for its money. So they're more affordable. Some cost around $40 versus a $4 grand Rolex. I don't have a $4 grand Rolex, but this is an Invicta. The thing is that most likely that the Swiss manufacturers came up with Swatch. Swatch is one of their Quartz watches to make affordable, to compete with the Japanese manufacturers and Timex and all these watches that came out with Quartz. And then this is more accurate. This is why they say about Timex, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. This is what happened when they came out with Quartz, and people were outselling Iron Man. There are a bunch of Iron Mans are selling out though. Even though this is why the reason why Quartz could have its advantages. Like, let me tell you the pros and cons. The pros about Quartz, they're very accurate. And like a few seconds more accurate than the mechanical, and that's the pros. It's more affordable to change the battery repair, even though you have a solar one. I mean, solar watches are pretty cool, but this is just a Quartz watch, is lighter, and it tells the correct time. And the cons with Quartz watches is the environment, the battery. All right, changing the battery. You gotta be very responsible to dispose the battery. Even though the solar powered Quartz are like more reasonable, more environmentally friendly than these. Like, what you gotta do, you gotta find where to recycle the battery of these watches, and that's it. In the other hand, mechanical, they run smoothly the hand. You don't hear these ticking, like tick, 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 right? But this one here is tick, tick, tick on a Quartz. Go like. That's Quartz, alright, but this is one thing. You see, this is 839, 840, same accuracy. 839, 838. It's going to be 839 on these. So the advantages of this, you know, this is what I got the date wrong, but you screw it, you do it. This is what you do with a mechanical watch. What I have wrong is the date. Most likely I got the date wrong. For real, I need to put my camera down and my phone down. Alright. Here we go. Got it right? So I got the time wrong, alright? Then right there you have the same time. It says 8:40. Then it says 8:40 right before this one does. Oh yeah, they both says 8:40, but anyway. And this, yeah, 8:40 now. Okay, the thing is, they say that you could maintain a mechanical watch, right? This is just have the mechanicals and all that stuff. It has a spinning wheel and all that stuff. This is pretty cool with automatic mechanicals, especially automatic mechanical watches, right? So the thing with these watches is that the second hand runs pretty smoothly. They're very fashionable. Their case is really nice and stuff. And there's a con about these. They're like not that accurate to the Quartz. The Quartz, it says right here, it says 841, right? 841 is this one, right? So what was what's the plus or the pros on a mechanical watch, automatic, is that they are very environmental friendly. A mechanical automatic watch is more environmental friendly than a Quartz watch. Why? Because you don't need battery change, you save the environment. And wonder, you put a Quartz watch, the only difference is you gotta set up the time, like I did with this one. You gotta set up the time. You got to just, for if it's a winding clock, you gotta wind. If it's a winding version, if it's an automatic, all you gotta do is just wear it and just shake it up and put it on, and with the work of your wrist, these babies could tell you the time like it is, right? That's the pros of a automatic mechanical watch, is that they are environmental friendly. These, you gotta see where to dispose and you gotta recycle the battery. So that's it for the pros and cons between automatic mechanical versus a Quartz watch. Please subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.